lot, and part of that, and I can tell you, and I'm not just telling you this because I'm speaking here, are real estate stories. We've discovered this year that real estate stories are very popular. We get a lot of reads, almost no matter what we write about it. We do a weekly feature now with the help of Rachel, thank you Rachel, who provides me with the information where I just pick a topic such as most expensive houses on the market or least expensive or ones with lots of square footage. And we run that every week. I do one for every site. I do a base story and then I trade the information out on homes for that particular town. And so I do like 22 of those stories. I'll be finishing them today. Tomorrow is bank-owned homes for sale. That would be interesting. But those stories get tons of reads because real estate news is really hot this year. Real estate market's picking up. People are really interested. People are wondering, should I sell my house now? Should I buy a house? What's going on out there with the inventory low? And so a lot of demand, but not a lot of supply. That is, particularly true. But anyway, that's the way we use our data, and I encourage you all to make use of Patch. There's a lot of free services on there. We do have real estate people who advertise, put their own ads up there, quite a few. So I urge you to use all that. And at this point, I want to leave some time for questions. So,
how often do you change the material?
Most sites, well, it depends on the day or what's happening. Things have been crazy in the Tri-Valley the last few weeks. That page gets updated, but we probably update the page, I would say 4, 5, 6 times a day, at least. And that's not including when people add events or announcements. That's just stories that we have.
So if somebody puts an ad in, how long does the ad stay?
That's up to you. Some people, Mark would know better, but there's 30-day ads, there's longer ones. The other thing about ads is there's the flexibility with the internet where you can really target your ad. I mean, this is the reason Facebook does so well. Facebook can target. We give Facebook all our information on our profile page and what we look up. And so if someone comes to Facebook and says, I want to do an ad for men 25 to 40 who like baseball, Facebook goes, well, here's a couple million of those people. So they can charge a lot for their ads. For us, you can do an ad on one site, you can do an ad on all East Bay, you can do an ad on all the area. Bank of America for a long time had ads on 500 and something of our sites, and only on certain types of stories that were upbeat and good news. So it can really be targeted. And again, it's up to you how long you want it, where you want it.
Quick one. How many unique visitors do you have on a periodic basis? Give us examples, Danville, Walnut Creek.
That's kind of proprietary information. I was going to sell.
Gotta ask.
But I mean, it's fair to say that I'd say most sites would be 20,000 to 30,000 different visitors every month, and that's not some people come back more than once. So.
Good question. Judge?
One of the beliefs that I have is that Twitter is also one of the most amazing sources for news. How are you guys interacting with Twitter?
Well, that's a good question. Every site has a Twitter account, and we go on and we tweet all the time. And the interesting thing is Facebook is much more of a social mechanism, whereas Twitter is really more business oriented and more obviously just telling people, hey, this is happening, go here. And we try to delineate between the two. So most stories we have of any significance we'll tweet, and it's interesting. I mean, when Twitter first came out, I thought, oh, who's going to use that? But Twitter is actually, I think, becoming more popular than Facebook. And I think a lot of people feel it's more effective than Facebook. Facebook, we'll go on our Facebook pages and ask people what's happening in town. We'll do more of interacting with people. We'll even go on there and say, hey, anybody selling a home, let us know. And we'll try to get some data off of that. We've done that before. It's a whole new world. A famous story is that of, was it Union City? We had one of our editors there. We actually have a way we call up a page and see how many people are on the page at the moment, but also where they're coming from. If they're doing big search engines, and our editor noticed that a bunch of people were going to this story from a few months ago about a football team in that town, and in particular one player on the team. It wasn't football season. So she emailed one of the high school kids that she knew and said, how come people are searching this guy's name? And it turned out he'd been stabbed. And that's how she found the story. It was actually off of that. Because our readers were coming to the page looking to see if we had anything on the stabbing. So,
Real quick, let's do maybe another one or two quick ones and we got to wrap it up. Do we know? Let's give him a huge round of applause.